Well, more crap breaking. I managed to get the golf cart going. Uh, got the battery for it. The carburetor jet was plugged up. Had to take that apart, clean it up, get it running. Uh, then the chainsaw carburetor in it started acting up. Ordered a new carburetor for it, and it got here yesterday. And I said, great, I can get started a day early. Well, they tried all day to start it. Would not start. It kept flooding out, so I think something's wrong with the carburetor I ordered. It came with new fuel line, spark plug, and everything, and I changed out everything. Can't get it going. So I got frustrated and went and bought a new chainsaw. Cost me $253 for a cheap chainsaw. And I did get the lawnmower parts. I was able to get the grass mowing done. Mostly done. There's still some other spots I need to get. But the lawnmowers are going. I mowed all the grass on the highest setting and had to go over it twice. And with the new blades, when I put those on, I'll go my normal setting, and that way it should be back to normal the way it is when I usually mow it. So I'll give you a little look at what I've done the last few days. This is the 21st. The last video I did was the 16th, I think. So a little bit accomplished. So while I was waiting on parts, I went ahead and did some weed cutting around. Take a little ride here. See how this gimbal handles a golf cart. Got all the weed trimming done for the most part. And back here where these pine trees limbs were down where I had them cut up last video, that's all cleaned up now, and went over that with the lawnmower. Cut up through here. And cut in the back here. The tree that was down between these buildings is all gone now. I got that all cleaned up yesterday, for the most part. After I had it all, part of it cut up with the other old chainsaw when it went bad on me, and I got cleaned up as much as I could and finished cutting up yesterday with the new one. And in the back behind those buildings there was some limbs that I had to take out, clean up. And I got the one behind the camper here. Got this one all out of the way. There's a few little limbs back in there I've got to get, but I can do those last after I get that big sucker down, that box elder. So I got all the wheat grass mowed yesterday pretty much after getting the mower done. So now the project is getting the big box elder out. So start on that, and I'll show you some video on cutting that out of there so far. I've got my trusty chainsaw and my pile of tree or fallen tree. So I'm gonna cut some of it up, see how much I can get done today. I'm gonna have to start in this area and work my way in, because right there it's hard to get into right now. Maybe I'll move it out of the way as I go, or maybe haul it out of the way. I don't know yet. I'm just gonna play it by ear as I work. So I've got this. I do have a pole saw, but I don't think I'm gonna need the pole saw today. Maybe back there some. So I'll do a little bit of starting footage and ending footage and see how much I can get done today. Let's see if we can get this started. And I don't want to be wearing this cutting trees, so I'm going to be cutting off the sound recorder. So let's see if this new Craftsman chainsaw will start this morning. Okay, that's the start of it. I'm gonna shut the camera off now, concentrate on work, and I gotta put the chain, retighten the chain on that chainsaw. It's new, so I have to retighten it after a few minutes, it says. So give that a whirl and get back to work, see what I get done today. I got that limb cleaned off. That's one limb there, is one limb off the tree or branch, and it's got a bunch of other branches coming off of it. I've got the one cleaned off. I've started on this one over here, but that one coming down back there, maybe the camera's not seeing it, there's a broken spot right in there, and it's under a lot of stress. So what I gotta do, I gotta clean everything. There's the one over there, it's under stress, and the one on the other side, it's kind of like a three-legged monster at the moment. So I got to get it down to the 3 legs and then go from there. So I ran out of fuel on the chainsaw, so I got to refuel it and get started and cut up a little brush for the load it on the cart and take away. Okay, so now I've got one leg of the 3-legged monster. Second leg's cleared off. Now I got to do that third side. But right now I think I'm going to take me a break, get some lunch, and come back and tackle that later. I've called a lot of brush and pieces of wood out of there so far. I don't know how many loads. So I'll be back after some lunch or brunch, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so for my third leg of the 3-legged monster, I'm gonna have to use the pole saw, I think, to get these higher parts up here, get them down, get them out of the way so I can cut them with a chainsaw and then work my way back. So that's what I'll do now, is start with the pole saw and get that higher stuff down out of the way. Maybe I'll use a chainsaw on that one right there first. So see what happens here. Now that I'm back from lunch, had my lunch and my pain medication, because this makes me sore. Now under each leg sticking down, there's toes under the grass that you can't see, and you got to be careful not to trip on them. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one first, I think, and then get that higher one. Okay, now I'll try the pole saw and get that higher one and get it cleaned out so I can get more of it. Okay, so I haven't used this pole saw much. Tried it a little bit. It sucks if you get it hung though, because it's high and it's hard to get out if it gets stuck. Now the rest of that I think I can get down with the chainsaw. But, shit. I'm gonna have to drag it out and cut it smaller to put in the cart and haul it out here, clean it out of the way, and then cut more. Clean up as I go, because a lot of it you can't see until you get the stuff on top of it or in front of it cut out. So guess I'll get that then. I'll stop recording for now and do some work and come back. So there's a dark cloud moving in, so I think I'm going to put my equipment away, getting a little breezy. Could come a hard rain, could completely miss me, you never know here. But just in case, get all my equipment inside. Then I'll come out and pick up what little's left that I haven't yet. I got a little cleanup to do over there with the cart. But I can pretty much see all three legs of the three-legged monster there. So I think if I could keep working, I might have most of that done in a day. But depends on how I got to work around, bring it down without it falling on me. That's the one thing you got to make sure of. So I got to figure my approach to kind of bring it down without killing myself. So it did start raining a little bit, and so I kind of called it a day. It's still sprinkling, could rain harder again, but I put everything away, not going to cut any more today or anything like that. But where I did find is over here, took out my fence right there. I'll have to fix that because my son had contacted me recently and said, "Hey Dad, how's the fence at the house?" Because he's got dogs and we have the fence here for dogs. And I said, "Oh, it's good shape last time I was there." Well, guess not. So there's my three-legged monster. I got all three of those legs of that limb. Now I gotta probably work my way back till that thing drops. Then I've got the one over there and the one over there, and then the rest of the trees got to come down somehow. But I can actually see through here now. Before, if you noticed in the videos, you couldn't see anything. It was all looked like covered in brush. So it's about 3:30. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm sore, I'm tired, and tackle bringing that thing down tomorrow. So come back for part 2 of the three-legged monster, the three-legged beast, whichever one you want to call it. Catch you later. Bye, y'all.